Hey there, YouTubes. This is Grimweird coming at you with some Lost Ark Online. This is my character Ronwin on the Russian server, and I'm recording this shortly before the North American servers go live. I am basically just trying to set myself up to make sure I can record Lost Ark once North America goes. So this is mostly a test, but I figured I would actually make a video with some useful stuff in it during my test, because I might as well do something useful. So if I use my mouse wheel and scroll out, mouse wheel scroll will go in and out on the Russia server. All of the controls and all of the menus I'm showing you may change a little bit coming to North America, especially the English translations of them. But I thought I would just make this anyway. So one of the problems I have coming into Lost Ark is that I have been playing MMORPGs since 1999, and I've almost exclusively used WASD keyboard movement. I have not played very many ActionRPGs or ARPGs that use click to move. And so that is giving me quite a fit, getting used to that. I have no muscle memory for it. And when I first got in here, my mouse sensitivity was set really high, and the mouse comes in pretty small on my resolution, which is I think it's like 3860 by whatever. And so I kept losing my mouse, and occasionally my mouse would wander over here, and I would open my quest log in the middle of the fight. I actually once grabbed and pulled away my hotkeys. You know, there's all sorts of little stuff like that I was doing that was causing me issues. So let's take a look at some UI elements that we could change to make this better if, like me, you are coming from a WASD movement and are having problems with getting used to the click-to-move mouse movement. So the first thing I need to do is go to Settings. I'm going to hit Escape and then go to Game Settings. Or you can hit Settings here and then pick Escape. And one of the first things we find is that I can resize the interface. I sort of like a minimalistic interface when I'm in a boss fight, so that I can see what's going on. So I was going to go to the smallest size I can, 80%, apply. Now I can still see my cooldowns, but I've got a little bit more screen room to work with and screen room for vision. So that's helpful. And then video perception, that'll probably be named something, or translated differently on the North America server. But here we have the ability to change our color of our cursor and also the size of it. So you go from basic, which is this sort of red and gold, to you can have blue, yellow, pink, green, or black. I've been having luck with the yellow cursor. It makes it easier for me to see without being too jarring. And then size, we want to go large, yes please. So now if you see the current cursor, and if I hit apply, boom, now I've got a big yellow one. Makes it much harder to lose the cursor in the middle of a boss fight. Another thing we can do is in gameplay and show battle and pet, you can change which effects are displayed on your character or in a battle. And so this can be helpful if you find that in big, raid boss fights or what have you, that you're losing your cursor or losing the ability to tell what's going on with this isometric click to point. You can get rid of a lot of the battle effects and like only show, your parties or what have you. So that can be handy. And let's see. What's next? Alright, so I'm going to confirm this. I have made my mouse cursor much easier to see for my click to move here. I've probably had to adjust my mouse sensitivity to make sure that my sort of normal natural hand movements are something like a circle, like a clock face around my character, so that when I'm going around shooting things off or just holding this down and moving around, that I'm not doing wide swings with my cursor. But I'm still finding the screen a little cluttery for getting used to boss fights and whatnot. But I certainly don't need things like, maps and journals and stuff going here. So they have another trick, and that is hiding UI elements. Now, most games that I've had in the past, they just turn off UI for screenshots and turn it back on. This one has a progressive one, so Alt-X is the default. If I Alt-X once, it hides, it makes this menu smaller, hides the minimap, and collapses your quest menu. If I hit X again, it gets rid of these two elements and the ones up in the corner. And so now I'm just down to my cooldown bar. So I sort of like in boss fights, if I'm new to them and I'm not sure what I'm doing and having to really pay attention, I'm sort of liking going Alt-X twice to get to this mode. If I Alt-X a third time, it hides this, so now I'm in screenshot mode, and then a fourth time cycles me around back here. So Alt-X once, twice, 3 times, and then back to the front. So that can be very handy, and again, you might try, if you're getting lost in boss fights, might try hitting Alt-X twice and giving yourself more screen room and more visibility without UI in the way. Lastly, I think there are a few other elements that I had to change around and just get comfortable. There's a mini-map, and that mini-map shows up right in the middle of your screen, or overlay map, I should say. And this is handy to have up when you're running around questing, but having it right in the middle of your screen is sort of a pain. You can middle click, so scroll wheel click and hold to drag this. So hold and drag your mouse wheel and move it up into the corner or wherever you like it. That can be really handy. And the same goes for here. If you click in the first tab and hold, you can move your chat window around and make sure that it's off in the place that you like it. Maybe you want to move it somewhere else. You can also middle click and hold and pull things out. Like let's say you want, Tells, Whispers, Party, and Guild Chat in one channel, and you want that in one place. You can do that, and then you just put it back over here to anchor it again. If you've gone down to an 80% UI, or let's say you're forcing 21:9 perspective to give yourself a widescreen view, which lets you see a bit off the screen to the right and the left. You can also go to chat options and font size and raise the font size. So I like to come up here to about 18, apply, confirm. And so now you can see that I've sort of got things the way I like it. I can see my mouse. I'm not going to lose it. I've got better contrast with this yellow one. If I go into a boss fight and I want more visibility, I can get rid of Alt-X twice, get rid of that. If I want to pull up my mini map, or my overlay map, it's off to the side. So now I've sort of got things tamed and where I like it. And I can also reduce some of the battle effects if those are in the way, and play with my mouse sensitivity to get this so that my sort of normal hand movements keep my mouse sort of centered. So anyway, those are some quick tips for how to sort of tame the UI, especially for those people coming from a WASD movement who may find the isometric click to move a bit hard to get used to at first. Anyway, again, this is just sort of a test, and this is on the Russia server in a few weeks into the NA launch. If people are interested, I might start doing some more little tutorials like this on YouTube, or just capturing gameplay so that I can watch it back later. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it or it was useful, and thanks for watching.